Late breaking news at 5. Mitch McConnell is stepping down as Senate Republican leader. Good evening to you. I'm Jennifer Bayless.
And I'm Rick Van Hoos. It's the end of an era. Mitch McConnell, the longest serving Senate leader in U.S. history, will step down from his role in November. He will, however, finish out his term, which ends in 2027.
And WLKY's Madeline Carter joins us in the studio with more on today's big announcement. Madeline?
In an emotional speech on the Senate floor, Mitch McConnell said it's time for a new chapter and a new generation of leadership. He's stepping down from his role as minority leader 40 years after he was first elected to the Senate in 1984.
If you would have told me 40 years later that I would stand before you as the longest serving Senate leader in American history, frankly, I would have thought you'd lost your mind.
McConnell was 42 when he began his career in the United States Senate. The Kentucky lawmaker worked his way up the ladder for years, serving as Senate campaign chair and party whip before he was elected minority leader in 2007. Now he's 82, and he has maintained power in the face of dramatic changes in the Republican Party. McConnell's decision to step down from his role as Republican leader, it comes at a time when he's facing criticism from his own party, many who are aligned with former President Donald Trump, the current frontrunner for the Republican nomination. Concerns have recently been raised about McConnell's health and age after a concussion from a fall last year and more than one instance of abruptly freezing during press conferences. However, aides told the Associated Press his decision to step down from his leadership post was not related to his health. Instead, McConnell says he's reached the point where he is certain his work is finished.
I always imagined a moment when I had total clarity and peace about the sunset of my work. A moment when I'm certain I have helped preserve the ideals I so strongly believed. That day arrived today.
And McConnell says he plans to serve out the rest of his Senate term. He'll be 84 years old when it ends in January 2027. The Senate Republican leader will be remembered for his historic longevity in that role and devoting his life to representing the people of Kentucky. In the studio tonight, Madeline Carter, WLKY News.